All right, here we go. This is the cats here. So Bonny, Rebecca, Tim split up as predicted, as I mentioned back a while ago. This is some rescue cats here. Adopt, don't shop. These are actually born in the backyard. This little Cece, she's getting a bit restless. But Schnitzel, he's a good movie cat. So yeah, a bit about my again, this is not a hate video. Just sharing, my comments and criticisms. Not even criticisms, just sharing my opinions and experiences. I got Bonny and Tim onto YouTube back in 2014. They came to one of my free events there in Thailand, and introduced them to the whole YouTube thing. Got them the shout outs, got them the following, and they earned hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I found them to be very friendly to people who they feel they can get something from, but for people who can't do much for them, they're pretty dismissive. And so I felt like a bit of a social climbing victim. I felt like a bit used in the end, but. So first world problems. But they're split up. And I picked it ages ago, and maybe it was sort of partly my fault. Because I remember saying to Tim, I said I think he could probably find someone who's more compatible than Bonny. Maybe someone who treats him a bit nicer, a bit more respect, etc. I'm not sure. I won't say too much on camera because I understand that being in the social media spotlight with breakups and stuff isn't always the best thing. But again. Bonny was always free to share her opinion on that one, so I guess I can share mine. What can I say is that I said to Tim one time on a phone call, because he rang me up, he had some pimples, and he rang me up and he was like stressing out. Actually, Bonny was in the background as well, and I could tell Bonny was in the background conversation. So I said, Bonny, feel free to chime in the conversation. I can feel your energy. I know you're there. And she's like, I was like, guys, relax, man. It's just a couple of pimples. I'd recommend just stop eating so much. Fatty vegan food at potlucks, etc. And she's like, Tim doesn't eat any fat. And it's like, well, you went to the potluck the other night at a mutual friend's place. Actually, a friend you met through me, and they said that Tim was enjoying the fatty vegan foods, which is fine. I do that as well. You're very lean. It's not an issue. But if you're worried about getting a few pimples, then definitely cut the overt fat foods out. So anyway, Tim had these. A couple of zits here and there, which is like, who cares? You're in your 20s. It's like, it's just a bit of skin. Let's not be so narcissistic that it matters so much. And so he had a few pimples, and that really, he didn't like that. So I was like, well, first world problems, bro. Build a bridge, get over it. Meanwhile, in Africa. And so anyway, they went to a doctor's or some quite crazy naturopath or both, and they got some antibiotics, and then Tim started doing that. And when you take antibiotics, those things are really hard on your microbiome, your flora, your intestinal bacteria, all the good stuff. They basically just, antibiotic means anti-kill life, so it's antibiotic. So it's disrupting your natural good bacteria and stuff in your body. So, and that just caused a lot of issues. And it didn't do anything to the skin. It didn't clear it up. So, it's like basically jumping in front of a bus to get away from a bee. You know what I mean? It's like, what? So you're getting away from one little tiny thing that doesn't really matter, and you're jumping into this whole bad thing. So he lost his fitness, and everything just went to shit, And then obviously, when you're doing that, and then you're restricting your diet, your testosterone levels drop. And if you're a guy in a relationship, you got low testosterone, I'll tell you something, your relationship ain't gonna last too long. Just same as if you're a woman and you got low testosterone, or low testosterone, low drive, low ambition. In a relationship, things are gonna start to fizzle out. And also, if you've got too high testosterone, that can create its own problems as well. But I generally say too low a testosterone, you're losing drive, you're losing drive. You're losing a lot of things with low testosterone. And then plus low testosterone with low carbohydrate intake and food orthorexia, and it's just like, done deal. So let's say you're in a relationship and you want a woman to break up with you, then do things that will lower your T. Become as beta as you can be. Do things like that. So, there's a lot of things out there. Anyway, so getting back to I said to Tim one time, I said, you could probably get, some 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, fresh, new version, who really treats you for what you're worth, nice to you, and just sees what values you have and stuff like that, and really appreciates that. And not gonna, because I said, mate, when you guys split up, Bonny will have her career, and you'll have nothing. Even though you edited all the videos, did all the filming, all that stuff, she'll forget about you like that. You never existed. And he's like, oh, yes, I'm like, bro, I'm 41 now, been around the traps. I understand how it rolls, I understand how men and women work, and I'm always learning more about that. It's definitely a new favorite subject of mine. And I'm not the expert, but I knew a lot more than I did this time last year or this time 10 years ago. And I'm always wanting to learn more. Relationships and communication is a big one for me. And so I guess that probably could have sparked maybe some arguments or debates between them. Maybe one day when he was angry, he's like, you know what, Harley's right, blah, 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 blah. And then that can sort of cut deep with some women as well. So maybe I started that catalyst. And I probably think that is probably a good thing. And because I know if Tim did take my advice again, like when Tim did take my advice, he was kicking ass. His fitness was going up. He's getting Bonny cranking on social media, making, some good content and editing, just getting it going, man. Living the Durianrider dream, the digital nomad lifestyle that I showcase so often, to get these young influencers on the game. Unfortunately, I attract a lot of people who are narcissistic or social climbers or people that really give a fuck about the vegan message. All I care about is that, and they'll do anything for a bit of fame. So that's quite sad. But anyway, so that's the deal there. My opinion, it's no opinion, it's just life. This is how it is. Things build up and things go. That's just, it's like a Cliff Bar wrapper, Cliff Bar wrapper. This is fantastic. It stores your Cliff Bar. It's on the supermarket shelf. It's in your Whole Foods. And then once you open it up and eat your Cliff Bar, all of a sudden it's like, well, what do I do with this? This is worthless to me. I'll put it in the recycling bag. Personally, I don't chuck it in the trash. I don't chuck it in the ground. I put it in the recycling bag. If I want to ride it, put it back in my jersey, put it in the recycling bag. But it's a lot of relationships end up like Cliff Bar wrappers. You're like, I don't do that anymore. And you just drop. So that's the harsh reality out there. So you can be with someone for many years. You can do it a career for them or whatever, and then things just dissipate. But that's part of the deal. All right, that's part of the deal. A lot of people don't want to get a relationship because they're scared of ending or the heartbroken or whatever, but that's just part of the deal, man. It's like riding a bike. You can't ride a bike and really enjoy riding bikes without having some bike crashes here and there. You can avoid making mistakes and stuff like that with communication and things. So, this whole thing of the motivation for this video really is just to show people out there that if you restrict your carbohydrates, that is going to impact your relationship massively, all right? So if you get on this thing of like total narcissism and, things like that, then your quality relationship is going to go right down. When you got two narcissists like that, it's never going to work. Narcissism is good in moderation. The only thing worthwhile in moderation, otherwise it gets too out of control, too hectic, too crazy. And especially to these young narcissists is that they judge themselves on social media so much and in the spotlight and things like that. So yeah. So what can we learn from this? That this is just all normal stuff. This is all expected, all planned, all part of the deal. It's no biggie. The world goes on. It's first world problems. And there you go. It's things come and go, don't they? Things come and go. So to wrap it up, what do you think should happen? Should Bonny do a video saying, hey, this is what's happened? Should Tim do a video? Or should they just totally not talk about it? I think Bonny should talk about it. I think that, because he was like her film man and, part of the deal. So I think there should be some sort of discussion going on. Are they still friends? Are they, what's the deal? Tim has been on the camera for like 2 years or whatever. I don't know, what's going on there. So that's just my opinion. I think they should be friends. And I think it's always better to be friends post-relationship. Why not? I think if you can't be friends with someone, then that's a bit immature. But anyway, that's my opinion on it. What's going to add? What do you think as a viewer? If you're a subscriber or a viewer, or if you just come in, what do you think what would the next step here? Should be talked about, or totally like, I like talking about my life, typically. But at the same time, I'll only talk about stuff if I feel the other person talking about can handle that. If the person can't handle the pressure or whatever, then I'll just sort of leave it as is. Otherwise, you got to also keep in mind other people you're going to be talking about or whatever. Can they handle that sort of attention or blah 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 blah? If they can't, then it's probably not a good thing to talk about. Anyway, that's my thoughts, comments and criticisms. No hate. Best of luck to both of them, and best of luck to both of them. Life goes on.